constitutional estate that we live in, the estate of Usman Dan Fodio, that said that they will never allow you to rule over them or have control over your future. They will control you till you die. They will control you even when you go and wake up in the middle of the night. Ba, 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 ba. You can baba all you want. The hell will be unleashed on you. If you want a change, if you want a change that is truly foundational, if you want a change that is truly life-changing, join our campaign. Any other nonsense that you're doing will bring you back to square one. Any other lies that you're telling yourself will bring you back to square one. And God forbid if you die before your time and leave your children in this mess. So our objectives today is to say no. The first one is to say no to sovereignty hijackers. The second one is the journey from slavery to freedom, how it all began. The national consensus. We know that the 1999 Constitution must go. And then, of course, we give you take-home points because we know a lot of our people, because of hardship, because of Okembar, because of the lies that we've told ourselves for years, we don't understand things anymore. So we'll give you some take-home points. So at the end of the day, you can say, hey, if not for anything else, by the way, if you want access to these PowerPoints, let us know. We can forward it to you privately. We can send it straight to you so that you will understand exactly what we need to do to move forward. Say no to sovereignty hijackers. They are everywhere. We see them in form of church leaders. We see them in form of community leaders. We see them in form of mothers, fathers, political leaders, friends. We see them all. They want us to continue to work to our detriment while they will steal our sovereignty. They want to hold on to it because guess what? The unitary one Nigeria is favoring all of them. Their life is thriving, their businesses are thriving, their children are thriving because they don't live in the so-called Nigeria. So they want to hold us down, make money, and lie to us about how our life can change. So we say no, no, and hell to the no to sovereignty hijackers. Whether they come in terms of, those that want to amend our constitution. Oh, yes, we have the power to amend the constitution. They lack the capacity to amend the constitution because they are not the people. They are not the constituents. Like my sister said earlier, power belongs to the people. We have not given them the power to give us any type of sovereignty that they think they can provide. But we want to say yes, yes, and yes to the constitutional renegotiation with sovereignty and self-determination restoration. We want to go the Nina's way. That's the only way. Any other person trying to jump the line, because all you guys like to jump the line because you're a Nigerian, you can never stand in line like any other person. You always have someone that will help you jump to the front. Whether in your degree pursuit or your business encounters, you guys always want to skip the line. Because in Makwanda, you're too big. If you want to do the right thing, you must follow the Nina's agenda. Our brother showed you that we have given clarity on who needs to do what people need to participate. There is no the confusion about it, unless, of course, you're a criminal. That's why it will be confusing to you. We'll continue with no to the sovereignty hijackers. We know that these sovereignty hijackers are those who want to bypass Nina step 1 and 2, like I mentioned earlier, and jump to the third and the final step of constitutional making. With the huge diversity that we have in our land, they want to skip it and keep it how they are colonialists. The colonial monsters left us because guess what? They are the one benefiting them and their children. As always, they are benefiting. Life is good for them. They want to continue on the era of British and West colonial criminality. Because again, they are puppets. They will sign treaties with distinct owners of ancestral land, then went behind them to colonize and rename their territories. We saw that in the case of the so-called unitary Nigeria. You would think you're getting independence, you change your clothes, you'll be dancing. Go and watch the day our people got independence. They were dancing, rejoicing, happy that life is coming back to them. They don't know that they are going to stifle life out of every one of us. We saw the same thing happen in Berlin Conference of 1884, where they balkanized Africa. We saw it in amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914. They went on without talking to the people, the owners of the land, because that's what they do everywhere they go. They did the same thing in Guyana. There's a place called Guyana close to Venezuela. The criminal British enterprise came there, took the land that belongs to Venezuela and made it part of their own 200 years ago. And now Venezuelans want to take the land back because the land was said to have a lot of oil reserve. This is what these British terrorists did everywhere they go. And they're there parading as kings and queens. Eh? Everywhere they go, they will set fire and disappear. Actually, no. Set fire and reappear in the background while our brothers and sisters are in the front doing their biddings. They never left. And they keep doing this, telling us they are the good people. They're all about democracy. Demo people. They are all the democracy people. When they are all they're doing is stealing and causing mayhem everywhere they go. They continued on the era of Professor Ben Nwabweze with the 1979 Constitution. There's you guys know about Rotimi Williams.
Rotimi Williams, yes.
Rotimi. It sounds like what is that? Noodles.
Yeah, yes, Remio.
Yes. A legal contractor that they recruited, which the man is a hungry lawyer, a lecturer that wanted to midwife or did midwife the imposed 1979 Constitution.
Yeah, that's Professor Nwabweze. So Professor Nwabweze then was just a hungry lawyer that was lecturing. So Rotimi, the legal contractor, recruited him because Rotimi cannot sit down and do this small job because he's the big guy, he's the contractor that will go and get the contract from the colonial monsters.
And
give to the lecturer boy to come and write. This is Professor Nwabweze that they're celebrating, that's saying, okay, he did this. He was just a hungry lawyer. So, and that's what they're still doing today. They will give you, you will do it, you will tie your people by your own self. Which is what will tell people that this is neo-colonialism. Colonialism is the first one they did by themselves. By the time people said, oh, what are you doing? They moved away and brought neo-colonialism, where your own people will now be the ones tying you and holding you down. And there's nothing you can do about it. Of course, for a handsome reward, because Ben Nwabweze became the chairman of Union Bank. I'll allow you to continue.
It's sad, it reminds me of the guy that took money to sell Jesus out. What's his name?
Judas Iscariot. Yes.
Judas Iscariot.
Yes.
He thought he can take the money and take the background, backyard and run away, only for him to be right there. And he said, oh, take the money back. They said, get away from here. We don't want your money.
Exactly.
Because they are not to pick up who they want to pick up. They've been doing this all along.
The love of money.
The love of money.
The root of all evil.
The root of all evil. So this guy made sure that no court will be able to listen to any citizen when he made this law. He makes sure that any complaint that you do, especially against the government, will be against you. They will come and pick you up like they picked up our brother the other day as if he's the only one talking on social media. Because he's calling out
free speech.
Yes.
They said there's free speech.
Yeah, they said there's free speech. They will pick up someone calling out criminals. Calling out criminals. That's all he's doing. And pastors are rejoicing and politicians are rejoicing that you pick up a citizen that you're just calling out all the things that you're doing wrong.
Because they're partners. Like we said now, check it. They will always, they are partners. We told you the politicians and the church leaders are partners against the people. Suppressing the people, suppressing truth, suppressing freedom, suppressing democracy, suppressing liberty. They are partners in crime. Once again, we have been shown that we are saying the truth. You have seen it. They have demonstrated themselves again. They will always demonstrate and tell you and support what we're saying.
If you keep living in one Nigeria will happen to you because there is no rule of law. They can wake up and send EDDFSS to your home and pick you up. And the same EDDS will be holding the other criminal on the other side that you're calling out.
Yes.
The same
And
person.
those that are doing fake miracles, the DESS cannot trace them like they did in America when they went to Benny Hinn. This is America we're talking about. They followed the people that Benny Hinn said he was healing. The journalists in America did it. Go and check the video. They followed them up and went to verify. Go to hospital and check. What you say happened. Did it happen? And they found that it was not true. They went to Benny Hinn to interview him and show to the people. Look at it. This guy is deceiving you. Do you still see Benny Hinn making people to fall down? That is a system where there's a system. And people are coming to say we don't have a system, that we need to put things right. No, what you do is to call your DFFS SSS to pick them and molest them and suppress them.
And yet you have power. You
Yes.
didn't use your power to strike him from your church and take him
No,
out.
no. Have you people seen what we're saying, our people?
Yeah.
We are vindicated.
Yes.
Daughters of truth are vindicated, and we will be vindicated even the more in the days ahead, because they will show themselves.
They keep showing themselves, my sister. They keep them showing themselves. When it comes to security, they will hire security personnel.
Yes.
And tell our people to believe in God.
Yes.
That God will do it for them.
And give our
when it comes to striking out your enemies, instead of you to stay at the church and get the God of thunder to go and take the person out, you bring DSS, a human being, to go and do it for you.
And give our people anointing oil for protection and security.
Man, this era of Professor Mwabueze, make sure that no court is allowed to look into the events of 15th of January of 1966 to May 29th of 1999. There is 33 years of looting, stealing, and sharing of commonwealth of the people amongst themselves. They will give themselves oil block. They will do all kinds of stuff. Nobody will talk about the Asaba and the Igbo massacre. Nobody will ever talk about it. How many people were killed? Over 3 million people killed, and nobody's still talking about it. But every day we are bombarded with, Jewish genocide, this one genocide, Rwandan genocide, but nobody will ever talk about our genocide. A victory charter from Biafra genocide. That's what these our people did. In the name of ego, every time you see money, you will sell your people. You saw your brother Judas Iscariot, when he took the money, he thought he can get away with the money and nothing will happen to his Lord and Savior. And his Lord and Savior was crucified. That's what you guys been doing. You take the money and think you can go happy and way, only to leave your people in a dire situation. And our people are not waking up. I'll allow my sister to continue. Hello?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was trying to commend our father in the Lord. This one is real one, Reverend Salami. Thank you so much for what you're doing to get our people, to direct them to the right. These are the real men of God, because we have real men of God. We do. Anytime there's fake, that means there's a real one. Anytime you see anything fake, look for the real one. The real ones don't make noise. The real ones are humble, directing. They're like shepherd, directing to the people. The pain of the people affect them, and you will see them working hard to make sure that things are put right, doing what people say Nina said they should do. So we commend them. We know that there. Sometimes we don't demarcate, because we know that the real ones know that we are not talking to them, because they are not doing the things we're saying anyway.
No, they are not. You're not talking to them. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're talking about the errors that made us to say these are sovereignty hijackers. Errors in quotes, because we know that it's not really error, because they were bought over to do those things. So my sister has told us about the first error. The error, they came from Britain, the West, the colonizers. They did it and then moved to the next one. There's a video that is going around where we talk about the pyramid of evil, where you have the colonial masters on top, then the local colonizers, the caliphates, and then before you now have the constitution, because they are above the so-called constitution. The constitution is only to suppress you. They are slaves. They are on top. Then before you have the government, before you now have the people. So the third error is error of of Abdul Salam Abubakar, 1999, when he brought out the unitary constitution via Decree 24. What did he do by that? He simply rubber stamped the crime of Professor Ben Wabweze and Chief Rotimi Williams. These people are our own people by name and by skin color, but by their actions, they are not our people. So please, when you say, oh, it's not your own people that are doing that, no, they are not our own people. These are warrant chiefs, modern day warrant chiefs, who to do the biddings of the colonial monsters. So when you see them, we say identify them, criminalize them, and isolate them. We didn't say you should go and tie them, keep them aside. They are cancer. The way you put cancer away, cancer cells, don't associate with them. Don't promote them. Don't hail them. If you see anything about them, just say, this one is cancer. I don't want it around me. Error number 4, the error of 2014 confab. The so-called confab that they did and told you that, oh, it's constitutional conference. Come, let's do it. They removed the main thing inside it and again gave our people fake. That's what they always do. When the people shout, they will say, okay, is this what we want? Oh, you want independence? Okay. They will remove pen, they will remove independence and give you pens. So if you say you want freedom, they will remove free and give you doomed. So we want our people to shine their eyes. Muranya Kazu. Shine your eyes. Nina is carrying torch. Nina's is carrying torch so that you will be seen. It's not the one that the more you look, the less you see. With Nina's, the more you look, the more you see. You will be seeing, you say, hey, whoa, is this what is going on? So the error of 2014, this confab that you hear Emeka and Yoku that are making noise about, they have already sold you out in it because they retained the crime of 2 and 3, the errors of 2 and 3 that we mentioned to you. They retain it. They refuse to visit the foundation of man-made poverty, decades of bloodshed and leaking resources. They refuse to go there. Rather, what did they do? They did over 600 amendments. How can somebody do over 600 amendments on a document and the document will still remain
legitimate?
It's like you see cloth, you do patch.
600
times until we are not able to see the original material that you started with. Is that not like madness? Over 600 amendments on the 1999 military constitution. Are you kidding me? What are you amending? So what is stopping you from throwing away the document of Lucifer that you are patching it?
Because they're benefiting from it.
Exactly, because they're benefiting from it, like my sister said. They are benefiting from it, so they want to keep it. That's why your brother, Peter Obi, had to go to Caliphate to tell them, it's still this 1999 constitution, and we keep it. But I will go and drag the people and drag them into your slave camp. Make sure they stay inside, because this 1999 constitution must stand. And we tell you, Peter Obi is not your friend. Peter Obi is not your friend. These are the yes daddy people. They work in cahoots with the religious leaders that they're using to brainwash you. And then they use these people that we call them Judas goats to move you to where they will slaughter you. 5th error of Emeka Anyaoku. This one is not going on. March 2024 is the one that bringing now that you're seeing everywhere flying around like, okay, Emeka Anyaoku, what is he saying? He and his patriots of Ndimo are seeking to retain the unitary constitutional order. Please, the next slide, my sister. And bypass the peoples of Nigeria again, because it's about stealing and hijacking your sovereignty. So they must bypass you, the people. You, the indigenous peoples, they will bypass you because they want to steal, they want to hijack. So that's what Emeka Anyaoku is doing again. he wants to jump, him and his friends, Ali Baba and the 40 thieves, want to jump Nina's steps 1 and 2 that you have to discuss with the people and produce another constitution that is not made by the people.
You know he was sent, right?
Of course, he's written now. We know them now. You see the finger. You see this one. I can see Esau's hand, but I can hear Jacob's voice, but the hand is Esau's hand. So we know that he's representing Britain. Yeah, when you still see them speaking spirit, and they have been elevated, higher than normal, you know that they have the people that are working for. And they're not local.
Yeah, handlers.
Yes, they're not local anymore. That's why you see even religious leaders, they are larger than life. You can't talk against them because they are gods. If you talk to them, bam, they get you because they have been elevated to be gods of the people. So these ones are also stooges of the colonial man. So they are above, they are higher, they are elites, they are educated, and they can speak Queen's English. Well, we are local people, we are indigenous, natives, but the land belongs to us. And we say, give us our land back, stop stealing. That's what we're saying. We don't want to compete with you with your English, Queen's English. Sorry, Agaba. We just want our land, our resources. We want our people to live a meaningful life. So you could see another British Sokoto Abuja made constitution cooking. That's why they are cooking. And that's why they're distracting you with arrest here, visit of somebody in the court, somebody shouting like a lion inside court, and the empty lion without teeth, bulldog that cannot bite, criminal recruited to distract our people. All this just...
especially every time something important is going on, they will whip them out.
They whip them out.
Whip them out to confuse the people.
So that the media, stupid media, will now be analyzing. Yes, what did you say? Did you say you stop security? Hey, no, I don't think you can do it. Oh yeah, you say you stop it in 2 minutes. Oh yeah, here and there, pam, pam, pam. They'll go here, go here. Thereby continuing the British Caliphate colonization. But Ninas seeks to terminate the fraud of 1999, that's amalgamation by Caliphate, and to correct the mischief of 1914, the amalgamation of Britain. You can look at Nina's 5-point agenda.